Hello, welcome to the channel. This video is in response to a few questions I got on an Instagram post I recently put up about my in-ear rig. So I thought I'd do this short little video just to explain what it is. The basis of it is this Pedal Train Metro 16, which is a guitar pedal case really, which I'm using to run a Yamaha EAD in a little desk, which I'll go through in a second. What's really nice with it coming in this little case is it's really lightweight. It's easy to go to any gig with it being soft cases as well. It's easy to put in a suitcase. I've taken this on fly dates or when I've had to fly to get on cruise ships or that sort of thing. And the idea of this was to create an in-ear system that would work no matter what the gig. So whether I was miking up the drums or whether it was a different engineer doing what they want to do for the drums. The idea of this is to have a consistent sound basically to my ears no matter the situation. So here we go. So the lead's looking a little bit messy here, but we'll take it out. These are the leads for the EAD unit. If you don't know what the Yamaha EAD unit is, by all means have a look on YouTube. There's loads and loads of videos. I actually bought it pretty much the day it came out, and I've used it ever since. So here are some in-ears. I have my molds over there that are currently being used to practice on earlier, but I have another set of Shure in-ears to have as a backup, which I did use for a long time. Pot moon gel, because it's always handy to have. Here is the EAD unit. So this is the device that goes on the bass drum. So it's a brilliant device because it's got two stereo microphones, which you can kind of see there because of the light, and then it's got a trigger built in as well. So that goes onto the bass drum and then it feeds through the leads that you just saw into the unit. So if I take the board out and then just move that. So this is how the board looks. Now, if we start from behind, because that's where a lot of the ease comes from, turn it that way, you can see that I'm using a Cioks DC7. And the reason for this was because I also just wanted to turn up to sessions or gigs and just have to use one plug socket. Again, just ease of use. So I just say to whoever's doing sound, I just need one socket, whereas sometimes you need quite a few to run desks or in-ear packs. What's really good about this power supply, it's got 7 different outputs, and you can change the outputs to each output. So as you can see here, there's different colors coming out, which is correspondent. You'll see on the back of these 2 units on the front, they need different outputs. And if you see here, you can adjust the wattage that's coming out of each output there. The other really good thing about this is it's got a USB out as well, so I can charge my tablet, which I use on almost every single gig, or basically every single gig now, for a reading or just for set lists, that sort of thing. So as you can see there, it's all as neat as it possibly can be. It got cable ties there, and you can see how it looks there. But I've never had any issues with this power brick. It was actually suggested to me by Chris Anthony, who's got a really great YouTube channel, Chris Anthony Guitar, so check him out definitely. So here's the front here. So all of my drum sounds that go to my ear are actually out of the EAD. So if I show you the back, how I've got it set up here, you can see that's the power cable for the EAD. And then there's the power cable there for the Yamaha desk, which is the MG06. The other really good thing about this power brick as well, which I forgot to say, is as well as all the things that I've got plugged into it, it will also power a Roland SPD SX, all off one plug socket, which is amazing. Now, how I've got this set up at the moment is out of the mono output, I have a little splitter here, and I have a patch cable going from here into the first channel of my desk. Now, the reason why I do that is because for some smaller venues and for some weddings, or I recently did a Blues Brothers gig at a small holiday park in Hastings. Instead of miking the whole kit up, we just took a jack out of this, and I actually used a jacked XLR adapter, and that went to the desk. And for the size of that room, it was absolutely fine. And like I said earlier, I've used this on every gig I've done since this came out. And never had any issues. I mean, for any medium to large size venues, generally the engineers will mic up with their own microphones. but that's just there as an option. But it means that the sound going to my ears never changes. That's just the basic sound coming from the EAD, and then the engineer can do what they like. So as you can see, the patch cable here is going under here to try and be neat and into channel 1. Now what I really like about this desk is it's got a pad on the first 2 channels, which is great. I found with some in-ear systems, if it doesn't have a pad, even when you've got your volume or your gain on nothing, you still get signal, and I don't really like that. If it's going to be quiet, I like it to be quiet. The other nice thing as well is they've got high pass filters on the first 2 channels, which again is really nice. I mean, from what I will generally do is this will be my drum channel, so it's got gain on it as well, and I love that it's got an EQ on this as well, because this EAD unit here, you can add compression, reverb, all sorts of things, and then I add EQ, and it might look a little bit drastic, but I've basically maxed out the high end and the low end, so you create like a mid scoop. So for drummers, I mean, that's quite a common thing to do, but to my ears it sounds amazing, and my in-ears just come out the headphone socket here. But like I was going to say about this other channel, so this is normally where the monitoring comes in from the desk, so I can hear everybody else. What's really nice though, because it's got the high pass filter on and it's got the EQ here, I can turn the bass down, that's just coming to my ears. So if we're on a stage where the bass is kind of swelling everywhere and you've got an amp next to you, I can literally turn it down like that, and it works really well. Or for example, the Blues Brothers gig I did, for some reason the click wasn't as clear as it was during sound check, so I turned up the high end and suddenly I could hear it a lot better. It just helps cut through the mix a little bit more to your ears. The other good thing is they've got these other inputs here, so you can run other things into it. So for other gigs, I can sense a mix of the rest of the band in there. Let's put that down, and then I might get a click coming into this channel here, or something separate to this one here. This really is a great little system. It is an investment. It's not a cheap system to have, but the fact that I can turn up and just have one plug socket, I can charge my iPad, I can charge an SPDSX if I want to. It's brilliant, and the most important thing for me was to have a consistency of sound. So no matter where I am or what gig I'm doing, what's going to my ears is safe, it sounds good, and that's really important, you know, because anyone who's done gigs and the monitoring's not been great, it can really put you off. You know, no point spending like trying to do charades with the sound engineer who's in charge of your monitoring system, whereas this goes everywhere. And like I say, it's been on planes with me, it's been everywhere. What I will say, which is something I fell short of, which I should have known, because this is DC power, you need to make sure if you're going to do something like this, because the EAD is DC power as well, so that's fine. But the desk I originally had the Behringer little mixer, but that's AC, not DC, so it doesn't work. But so that's just something to think about. So anyway, to sum up, so I absolutely love it. It's something that I've worked on for years, trying to get a decent sound to my ears that's comfortable, and I couldn't recommend it highly enough. If you want to do this sort of thing, if you want to send me any questions, I'm happy to help. If there's anything that you've done, please stick it in the comments, or send me to links of videos or things that you've done on how to get good sound on gigs or sessions for yourself. Anyway, take care, hope you enjoyed the video. Like I say, any questions, please let me know, and see you in the next one.